This is my first brand finance conference, and as I said in the panel, I love it for many reasons. One, because at the Emerging Markets Institute, we publish a report every year on emerging market multinationals, and I was intrigued who was organizing the ranking because we would cover your ranking in our report. So emerging markets have a tremendous deficit in branding, and it's very interesting what you do, and we follow that. For emerging markets, the globalization period of the last 25 years have been great. All emerging markets have improved. If you look at different indicators, GDP per capita, poverty reduction, life expectancy. So one could argue that the model has worked for emerging markets, very favorable for China, for India, but other markets like Vietnam, or Korea that was promoted to a developed country. We are now entering a completely different phase because the United States is questioning the model, is saying we have not always benefited from this model, so we have to become more close and we have to review better who benefits from this time of globalization. And that is disturbing because that's another paradigm, another economic model, and as I was saying, as an academic that has been preaching and teaching this model for so many years, what shall I teach now? So we are entering uncharted territory. Branding gives a tremendous benefit for countries because you have an American product. You don't question the product. You link the quality of the product to the quality of the nation. However, if you think of Korean products, even today, although some have changed, they have to sell at cheaper prices because otherwise you think you have the benefit of the doubt and you say, okay, this product may not be as good, and then you cannot sell and your profits definitely are less. But with the rise of economic power of China, India, or even Vietnam, the products from those countries and the companies from those countries are also benefiting from this growth, and the products are starting to be seen with another light. Not yet, because if we look at the brand finance ranking of companies, American products, American companies dominate the ranking, European then, Japanese, and then emerging markets. So definitely much less companies from China than should correspond by the size of the economy. What we are seeing from the emerging markets perspective is that we are going to see regionalization. We see Asia having a lot of power and being regional. We see, of course, Europe already, 70% of the trade is intra-European, similar numbers in investments being more European. US, so far is a question mark because the traditional trade partners, both Canada and Mexico, are being questioned. And then I left at Africa and Latin America. So Africa signed and launched a trade agreement during the COVID times. Remains to be seen. A trade agreement takes a while because you have to rethink your traveling, your connections of all kinds, but it's quite promising because, of course, demographics, and because you have also power in South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Nigeria, that I hope all the macroeconomic problems are solved soon. And also in North Africa, you have Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, other economies that are big. So we see regionalization.